For most of us, debt is just a part of life. A student loan, a mortgage, a car payment. But what if we started looking at it a little differently? Not just as a number on a spreadsheet, but as a story. A story about our time, our energy, and yeah, ultimately, our freedom. Okay, let's get into this.
Yeah, not exactly the kind of pep talk you expect to give yourself while you're shopping for music, is it? But that one single thought, that really harsh internal question, was the spark that lit a huge financial fire.
So let's set the scene. We're going back to 1996. The guy in our story, Jerry Bourne, he just landed this fantastic job as an ESL instructor over in Saudi Arabia. He's making good, mostly tax-free money, and he has one single-minded goal: to absolutely annihilate his new $20,000 student loan.
And let me tell you, he was dead serious about it. He was throwing thousands of dollars at this loan every chance he got. But then, this one tiny, seemingly insignificant moment changed absolutely everything. He's in a music store, kind of low on cash, and all he wants to do is buy a single $15 Bossa Nova CD. And that's when that voice just hit him.
It was just this moment of total shocking clarity. He realized his next paycheck, it was already gone. It didn't belong to him, it belonged to his lender, Sally Mae. He felt, and these are his words, like a modern-day indentured servant. He knew right then and there he had to slay that debt beast to have any shot at being free.
So, that was it. The battle lines were drawn. He and his new wife, Edwina, they decided this wasn't just about making some payments. Oh no, this was going to be an all-out war for their financial freedom.
First, he just demolished his own $20,000 loan in a blistering 9 months. Then, right after getting married, they took on his wife's $25,000 loan and spent the next 15 months wrestling that one to the ground. All told, it was a 2-year full-on war against $45,000 of debt. So after paying off all that debt, after that incredible 2-year fight, what were they left with? What was their entire net worth? Just this, $1,000. But you know what? That number, it didn't even matter. What mattered was the principle of the thing. For the first time, the money they were earning was actually theirs. Theirs to keep, theirs to save, theirs to invest. It was, as he put it, invigorating. It was what freedom felt like.
So this whole intense journey, it gave the author this deep, almost visceral hatred of debt. And from that experience, he was able to distill it all down to 7 incredibly powerful lessons, 7 core reasons why debt is something you should probably avoid like the plague.
Okay, reason number 1, and this is the big one. Debt is a claim on your future. Think about it. When you take on debt, you are literally signing a contract that says a piece of your future work, your future time, your future life energy, it doesn't belong to you. It belongs to someone else.
He talks about seeing a bumper sticker that said, I owe, so off to work I go. It kind of sounds like a joke, right? But man, there's a really harsh truth in there. Debt can absolutely trap you, forcing you to stay in a job you hate just to keep making the payments.
Now, reason number 2 is super simple, but it's so critical. Debt just kills your ability to save. Every single dollar you're sending to a lender for something you bought in the past is a dollar you can't invest in your future, your retirement, your goals, your dreams. See, debt serves the past, while savings, that builds the future.
Okay, reason number 3 is a concept that so many people miss, and it dramatically increases the real cost of your debt. You don't pay your loans with your gross salary. No, you pay with your after-tax dollars, what's left over after the government takes its slice.
Let's just break down the math here. To make a single $500 payment on a loan, you might have to actually earn, say, $655 before taxes. After the government gets its share, you're left with that $500 for the bank, which means after all that work to earn over $650, you get to keep exactly 0.
All right, reason number 4 actually builds on that last point. Because debt forces you to earn more money just to make the payments, it can end up pushing you into higher tax brackets. This totally undermines any strategy for living a tax-efficient life. So your debt isn't just costing you interest, it's costing you more in taxes too.
Reason number 5 is probably the one we all think of first. Interest. You're not just paying back the money you borrowed. Nope, you're paying a huge premium just for the privilege of borrowing it. And that premium can be absolutely massive. I mean, just look at credit cards. It's not uncommon at all to see rates like this, 29%. At a rate like that, you can make payments for years and years and barely even make a dent in what you originally owed. It's a trap,
and it's designed to keep you paying forever.
Okay, reason number 6 goes way beyond the financial cost. Living under the debt gun, as he calls it, takes a serious, serious toll on your mental and your physical health. It's this constant, crushing weight on your shoulders.
And that ripple effect is just huge. It leads to psychological distress, real health problems, and constant anxiety. And it's really no surprise that money problems, which, let's be honest, are almost always debt problems, are a leading cause of conflict that can tear relationships apart. And finally, reason number 7. Debt can lead to a total loss of agency. When it gets overwhelming, it can make you feel completely powerless, like you're not in the driver's seat of your own life anymore. It creates this sense of dependency, making you feel like you need someone else to fix a problem that just feels too big to handle alone.
So after hearing all 7 of those reasons, the path forward starts to look pretty clear, right? The fight against debt, well, it's really a fight to reclaim your own life.
And really, that's what this all boils down to. Agency, control, freedom. When you are the one who decides where your money goes, you are the one who's in control of your own destiny. Simple as that.
Which, brings us right back to where we started. That moment in the music store, that was his wake-up call. It was the tiny little thing that made the big thing, his complete lack of freedom, impossible to ignore any longer. So the question for you is, what's your moment of clarity? What's your Bossa Nova CD?